Good early morning, guys. It's early Monday morning, about 1 a.m. Um, just got off work about an hour ago, and this is my sad story about Saturday's criterium. First of all, it was only a training ride. Second, there was no 50 plus year old guys in the race. There was no masters. Well, technically, there was masters. Me. Everybody else was about, max age was about 32, 33 years old. So they're borderline. They were fast guys. They were Cat 3s and a couple Cat 2s. Uh, I told you it was a 90-minute race, timed, obviously, and they pull off riders off the back. Well, guess who got pulled immediately? It was me. Everything was perfect, but the one issue I had was when I put on my wheels, I forgot that, there was a spacer that comes with it because it's only a 9-speed. So you have to use a spacer for that cassette. But unfortunately, the cassette already had a very thin spacer on it. So basically, I had two spacers. So my Armageddon gear didn't work. It just kept popping out of gear. It would not go into the 11 because it was just too close to the end. So this evening, I was so upset. I took the wheel apart and I realized, fuck, I had two spacers in it. No matter how much I adjusted that rear derailleur, I can never get into the big gear. And those guys are hammering. Super flat course, no wind. It was perfect timing to be in a really big gear and just tuck behind somebody and really use the draft. Well, I couldn't. I didn't have a big enough gear. I was running maybe a 5314 was my biggest gear. When I had a 5311, that would have made a difference. Yeah, some of you might say, that's not going to make a difference. Sure it does. Even your cadence is high, man. Criteriums are all about hammering big gears. And I've always been excellent in hammering a big gear. But, live and learn. And it was only a training ride. It wasn't even a race. It was billed as a race, but I think it's mostly what the guys are talking about. It wasn't. So anyways, took the spacer out this evening, got back on the bike. The Armageddon gear works beautifully now. So I'm going to get out, do it again. Might even do a time trial just to get a good feel because I have a really good position on this bike. And like I told you guys, it's down to 17 and a half pounds. So everything I do on this is going to be a flat course, something fast. And the wheels spin beautifully. And when I took that spacer out, oh my God, the wheel was even better. So must have had a little rub somewhere because there was just too much resistance. Now that wheel just spins like butter. But that was my story. I was too embarrassed to talk about it yesterday. That's why I'm talking about it now after a day of work and just lamenting back to what could have been. And I'm not saying I would have beat anybody. All I'm saying is I wanted a place. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel like I could be competitive again. And it's rough when you're 57 years old and there's a lot of youngsters out there. And, a lot of guys commented on the bike. A lot of guys really like the bike. They like the fact that when I take my helmet off, I'm gray. My beard is gray, But they say, hey, man, for an old dude, you still could push. You still got that thing, that zip in your legs. And that made me feel so good, guys. It made me feel so good. I'm going to indulge in something else. You guys all know I had COVID-19. I've been battling also colon cancer, which led to a bit of depression. And after this weekend, I worked. I even worked Saturday. I was at the race, training ride. I'm sorry, guys, not a race. Training ride. About 7:30 a.m. Started at 8. Got to work at 2. But I was very energized. Little demoralized, but very energized. And today, I kept telling myself, what did I do wrong? Take the bike apart again. Figure out what, and it's something that simple. I could have simply taken it to my local bike shop, which is InCycle, but I didn't. I've been doing everything myself because I really want to learn. I really want to understand. And even a video won't tell you, hey, dumb shit, take the extra spacer out. You know, it wouldn't have told you that. And now I know, you know, and since I'm switching wheels from bike to bike, 3 different bikes, you know, you just got to be aware of it. And now everything I take off or put on, I put in a little container and I label it. So so I know exactly what the part's for, where it's going to fit and how it's going to be used. So live and learn, even in my age, live and learn, you know. Thank you guys for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. And hopefully everybody gets out and ride. Talk to y'all soon.